What's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing good and having a beautiful Saturday. Welcome back to myself and to all of you who are joining in on this Saturday live stream. Guys, if you guys can hear me, see me, everything sounds good and looks good, please let me know in the comments below. And most importantly, everybody who's watching this, whether you're watching it on the live or you're watching it after, I want you to comment below what city and what state you live in so we can know how to address each other when we're talking to one another. Everything is looking good on my side, and we're talking about in this live, in this video, about the housing market crisis plus commercial real estate and how money and inflation is flooding the markets right now and how so much of this is propping up the real estate market. That's what we talk on this channel, the real estate market. If you guys don't already know. What's going on, Jesse? What's going on, Senior? We got already Cape Coral, Florida, housing prices crater 23% year over year on soaring inventory and plunging demand. How long ago was that, or was that recent? Florida. I thought Florida was booming. That's weird. All right, anybody who's in this right now, once again, comment below the state and city that you're in so I can know. So as we're talking about some stuff, we'll be able to address you the best way. Now, guys, I was out of the country and now I'm back in the country. I was out for 26, 27 days, something like that. So I wasn't doing my live streams every Saturday. So we're really just warming back up on this live right now. And hopefully it goes like it used to go and everybody still comes through because you guys are probably asleep forgetting that I'm back and I'm going live again on Saturday. So if you're asleep and you come later, remember next week I'm coming again on Saturday as well. We got Bogdan saying condos here in Washington are having price drops sitting on the market for a long time. Some are so trashy and way overpriced. Guys, we're going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about pricing on houses, pricing on commercial real estate, and what's going on. I want you to keep in mind something. When the pandemic hit, everybody started to panic. Everybody thought that the market's going to crash. Everybody was like, liquidate your money, take it out, assets, take it out, things that you believe you can't liquidate quick enough because prices are going to plummet and you don't want to be stuck with an asset that you can't sell or that you're going to have a loss on if you decided to sell. And that's what everybody started to do is people were trying to take out their investments, they were trying to take out their cash and trying to make sure that they had it liquid because if the market crashed, they wanted to either be prepared to buy up deals or prepared to survive. As you guys know, this pandemic was not a joke and was very tough on millions and millions of people. Now, who knew that when the pandemic hit and the market calmed down and people were locked up in their houses, who knew that after things started to kind of wake up, things would be this hot, even crazier than pre-pandemic? In 2017, guys, I was flipping houses and I was advised to be careful. They were like, be careful because house prices are going to crash. They've just been going high and high and high, and they haven't stopped going high. So you have to be careful because they're eventually going to crash. That was in 2017. And in 2017, I really did start to cool down. I stopped buying as much. I stopped flipping as much for at least 6 months. And I was like, I'm just going to take it a little slow. Let's see what happens to the market. 7 months passed, 8 months passed, 9 months passed, 10 months passed. I'm just looking and the market's just going higher and higher and higher. And I'm like, what crash? And I'm like, how do I know a crash is even going to come? Do I just stop flipping houses and wait for a crash? Do I just wait and have money frozen and not make it work? No, I hop back into the markets. So guys, in 2017, now it's 2018, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. For 5 years, I could have been waiting for a housing market crash only to realize that the house prices just kept going up. Thankfully, I didn't, and I continued flipping, even though I took like a 6 months break. But thankfully, I continued because you just never know what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. So you don't want to be just sitting on the sideline waiting and waiting and waiting. That's a lot of questions people ask is, should I buy a house right now or should I wait? They want to buy a house now because they're scared prices are going to keep going up. They want to wait because they feel like a crash is going to come. But how do you know? How do you know when? What if a crash does come but in 4 years? Can you handle living where you're living for 4 years? Can your family handle it? So there's differences and decisions that have to be made within that moment, guys, that you want to make sure you're not just holding back because you're waiting for a crash. Because in 2017, when I was waiting for a crash, 5 years later, we're in a boom, still a bigger boom than we've ever seen. We got Dude X saying, same here, G. I sold mine a year ago and kick myself all the time. Man, there is every house that I've ever flipped started when? 2015, 2016. Every house that I've ever flipped, I wish I never flipped. I wish I never sold. Now, in the moment of me doing it, hindsight, looking at it right now, I wish I didn't sell. But when I was doing it, I was making $20, $30, $40, $50,000 profit per house. It looked good, it felt good, and that's what I was doing. That was my goal, is buy and flip. Looking back at it now, every single house I've ever flipped is 2x, 2.5 times its price. All I had to do was hold it, maybe do a cash out refinance, take out some equity, and just sit on it. And I would have been in the money. I would have had over 40 to 50 houses that I flipped. I would have had those all in the portfolio, but you never know, things are going to happen like this. And also, as I tell everybody, when you enter an investment, you enter it knowing what you want to do. I entered those investments knowing that I want to flip. If I enter them knowing I wanted to hold them, it's a different story. But yeah, I drive by some streets in my area now and I'm like, man, I owned a house on this street and I sold it. Prime area now. Booming area now. Completely developed. Streets, infrastructure, the nicest and the best restaurants, and the nicest and the best hotels, the nicest and the best retail businesses all got built minutes walking from that property. Multiple properties I had like that, but I was flipping. That was the game that I was in. So guys, that's really what it is, we have a man deep saying patience is the key. Patience is a huge key, especially in real estate. Everything is long term. You buy today, you wait 10 years, you're successful. You buy today, you sell tomorrow. You might be successful for the short term, but the long term, you lose out on a lot. But that's just the game. So that's I understood my intentions on going into that. Now guys, money and inflation. I have never seen so much money in the market than ever. Today, I'm seeing insane amounts of money than ever. And the question is there's no work for people, right? Well, there is work for people, a ton of work for people. There's actually a labor shortage, but there's no people wanting to work. Okay, so that means they're not making money. We got so much people who can't even pay their rent. We got so much people who are behind on payments, yet the market's flooded with money. People are buying nice cars, nice houses. People are overpaying. Jobs are paying premiums. People are hiring left and right. So a market that is struggling, that millions are behind on payments, millions are struggling to survive, yet we're seeing so much crazy money being made and spent. Crazy money meaning that you put $1,000 somewhere and now you're at $2,000. You got little kids making money without even knowing how they're making money. So we're seeing a market that is having a flood of money, and we know the stimulus packages are a huge reason for this flood. But it's weird because you're seeing so much struggling, yet so much being purchased. You're seeing houses listed for 400 grand being bought for 500 grand. Where are these people getting the money from? Not everybody's been affected by the pandemic, but there is engineers and there is big people who have big positions and jobs who lost their jobs because companies just shut down or couldn't pay. You have a lot of businesses that filed bankruptcy. So how is the world still purchasing things at premium when there's supposedly no money? You know what I'm saying, guys? Answer that for me. What's going on, Jason? Jason says, have a good live stream and weekend, Karam. Thank you so much. And he also says, smash that like button. Yeah, guys, if you don't already know and you're watching this, I need you to smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Jason, I'm back in town, so hopefully we'll collab sometime soon again. And Mandeep says, thanks for your time, man. Really appreciate it. Just subscribed. I'm blessed to have you. Thank you so much. We're almost at 32,000 subscribers, guys. I think like maybe 5, 10, 15 subscribers away. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, please. And probably by the end of this live stream, we'd have 32,000 subs. So what I'm trying to get across, guys, is the market's a confusing market right now, even for myself. Being in the real estate market, I bought a property. I bought my house that I'm in right now, that I live in December 15, 2020. Right? So when I share with you guys buying in a hot market or buying in a dead market, I'm speaking from experience. When I tell you that if you want to purchase today, even though the market's overpriced, but your finances and you can do it and you're ready for it, etc., still do it. I did it myself. So I bought a property in December 15, 2020, and then I also bought another property in June something 2021, and then I also bought another property in maybe 3 months ago. What's after June, July? Maybe in July I bought another property. So I'm buying properties even though this market is very hot. But I'm buying properties that I see strong opportunity with that are still below market price in case, like the title says, inflation really shoots up real estate and makes it go higher than what it is right now. Obey Najad gave $10. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. If you have a question or anything, drop it and I'll answer it for you. Thank you so much for that. You have blessed the channel. We got $9.99, which means that we can use that towards the channel to make things better for you all. Thank you so much for that. So anyways, real estate right now, if you find a good deal, buy the good deal. If you don't find a good deal, don't pressure yourself to buy it because you believe inflation is going to keep pricing going up. You still buy a good deal even in a hot market. I've been doing that, but I've been more specific. I've been more focused. I've been more, I would say, picky on the deals that I'm buying. I'm not just buying because I want to buy. And what I'm seeing right now happening in this market is that money is being flooded somehow, some way, somewhere. Even though so many millions are struggling, somehow people are still willing to overpay and willing to buy the nice fancy stuff, eat at the nice fancy spots, buy the nice fancy clothes, even though they say there's no money. But we know stimulus packages, and we also know there's millions of people who actually made billions during the pandemic. Yes, some went bankrupt, but also some killed it. People who just invested in the stock market in 2020 quadrupled their money within a couple months. If you put 50K, you're at 200K. If you put $1 million, you're at 4 million. Unheard of. Those who weren't scared. Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. Today, everybody is greedy. That's when you got to be fearful. That's why I'm saying be very picky on what you pick, on what you buy, on what you do. So the market's confusing even for myself. I'm sure it's confusing for you guys as well. I'm a real estate agent in Dallas, Texas. I do this every day. I help clients buy, sell, and lease. I have a shopping center coming on the market for $4.8 million. I just listed a car dealership for $1.5 million. And these are properties that were worth $900,000, the $1.5 million property. These are properties that were worth, the $4.8 million property, maybe $3.5, $4 million. But construction costs became expensive, investments became expensive, real estate became expensive, the market propped up so much in these areas. You're talking about if you bought a property a year ago, you've accidentally just made 20-30% on your money. Not because you're a genius, you just accidentally made that much money. You guys kind of following what I'm telling you? I got a house going on the market for $850,000. And this is a luxury house. It's a gorgeous custom-built 2021 home. When we bought the land, we were thinking the resale was going to be $550,000. $650,000, $750,000, $850,000, $300,000 more will be made than what was anticipated when the land was purchased. That's real estate for you guys. Real estate for you. And guys, keep in mind, real estate is very fun. But real estate is long-term. Real estate takes money, and real estate isn't easy. You got to have an eye for stuff, and real estate is not money every single day. You hit big hits, but not every day. Cash flow is not every day. Income's not every day. It's very risky, very time consuming, and it's not something that you can kind of survive on daily. Unless you got 10, 20, 30, 40 rental properties. That's different. But I'm talking to those who haven't really got their feet into the door yet for it, or maybe have just one property and it's not really producing them enough, so they still have to have an actual job. Everybody wants to get into real estate, but they don't understand there's so much more into it than just buying and sitting and passively making money or easily flipping and making a couple $100,000. It doesn't work like that. That property that you bought, that you flipped to make a couple $100,000 took you 6 months, a year, 2 years to do. Due diligence and time frames and sales and purchases and closings, all that takes time. Hope this is making sense. Now, flipping on the other side for commercial real estate, guys, commercial real estate is a market that retail got demolished during the pandemic. I lease a lot of shopping centers, over 500,000 square feet of retail space, depends, retail, office, warehouse, etc. But overall, 500,000 square feet plus of commercial space that I lease out. Retail got demolished. I've had landlords who would call me and they would say, what's going on with the space? And I'd be like, a couple tenants just left. I'd be like, it's very tough to lease right now. There's too much demands for those who want to take space. They're negotiating too much because they understand we don't have backup because nobody's leasing retail. Office space got crushed. People started working from home. Big companies and big corporations who have long leases started to break their leases and take out 20, 30,000 square feet of office space and tell employees, go work at home. We'll pay you instead of paying rent, we'll pay you as bonuses. We'll motivate you more and you can work at home. Which in turn made people working from home want bigger houses or to expand their home or just wanted to settle in their home, and that's why they didn't sell their home, and that's why there's low inventory in the markets. Guys, all this circles with each other. Commercial real estate right now is picking up a lot. Retail. Office is being used very uniquely. We have corporations buying office space, converting it to units as apartment buildings, converting it to other lofts, converting it to other uses, being more creative. Warehouses, Amazon made warehousing explode because now everybody's trying to compete with Amazon. Now you got Walmart doing it as well. Now you got a bunch of other companies having warehouses to store products and then to ship them out. I can order a product right now on Amazon, and I'm not even kidding you, it could come today at 9 p.m. in the next couple hours, if not sooner. Why in the world do I even gotta walk or drive to a store, risk an accident, waste my time, spend effort, when I can just press a button and it can come the same day? The future that we're in right now is insane. Commercial real estate is picking up a lot. Multifamilies, of course, always doing good. They call that like not a recession-proof asset, but one of the best assets. Self-storage is very good of an asset. It's also doing very well. But you have the warehousing, the industrial, you have the retail, you have the multifamily, you have the, what else do you have? You have the office buildings, and then of course you have land. All these right now, during the pandemic, we're struggling and we're not doing so well. Retail specifically in office. But now everything is picking up from what I see. Now market to market shifts. I speak about Dallas-Fort Worth, guys, because that's where I live. That's all I speak about specifically when I share knowledge and news, because that's what I see every day and that's what I deal with every day. You can be in different markets and see different, and that's okay. You comment it below and then we can discuss it. I know other markets, but I always talk about the market that I'm in because I like to stay on track and focused on what I'm doing every single day to give you guys real updates. But typically what's happening here in Dallas-Fort Worth market, it'll be the same somewhere else, less or more. Now the market right now is kind of all following with one another. Colorado, I heard, is booming. Boise housing market sucks. Inventory still seems very low compared to history. Inventory is still at all-time lows. It's not picked up to what it needs to be to make things cool down a little bit. So that's a huge thing right there. When inventory picks up, it'll get better. Inflation is incredibly high. I can get over $1,900 on my 400 square foot duplex in Los Angeles. 400 square feet. My garage is like my garage is like 700 square feet. If I can lease out my garage for $1,900 a month, I would do that in a second. We got Muhsin saying, should we wait in Garland or Richardson? I like Richardson more than Garland. Kevin Ortiz, any lawyers, attorneys you recommend to pair up with? If you recommend, can you screen share for me to screenshot it? Any lawyers and attorneys can you recommend to partner up with? Kevin, what city and state are you in? And also, what kind of help are you looking for? Maybe I can help you. Not saying I'm a lawyer or attorney, but maybe I can just give you insight from my opinion on what I think. And I have some, but I don't like to just post them on here. So if you really want them, please message me on Instagram and I can personally send it to you. Guys, we at least in Dallas Fort Worth, we can't even keep up with the amount of demand housing is wanting. How much people are wanting housing, affordable housing, and we can't even keep up with that. Now, the word affordable is relative. Affordable for me could be $1. Affordable for you could be $1,000,000. You get what I'm saying? So when someone comes and says it's affordable housing for 300 grand, that might not be affordable for somebody who only makes $10,000 a year. Affordable housing for someone who makes $1 million could be a $900,000 house. But for you, it could be a $200,000 house. So affordable is relative, but generally speaking, affordable housing in that specific area or neighborhood or the demographics or the income of that area, that's what we mean by affordable housing. And there is so much areas needing affordable housing because houses are not affordable right now. They are unaffordable and very, very expensive. So you think it's wiser to wait? I'm looking in Richardson and Garland. Me personally, I would, if I'm not in a desperate position to have to move, I wouldn't move. I would just be patient and wait. If prices went higher, I wouldn't care. That's just what I have to deal with. But I would personally wait to see how things are going to go. Don't put yourself in an upside down position when you don't know exactly what you want to do just yet. Kevin, thank you for the awesome up-to-date real estate info. Anytime, man. Anytime. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. Martin, South Texas market is going to be the next Houston, San Antonio in 5 to 10 years. South Texas market is going to be the next Houston and San Antonio. Martin, can you specify in South Texas where? I missed a call from an agent who I'm trying to purchase a property from. I literally have his number as his name and then the city. Never answers his phone. That's what I have his name saved as. And he literally called me right now, getting back to me for the offer that was sent. And I missed it. Guys, real estate's important to me. You guys are super important to me, but real estate's very important to me. So I'm going to end this live stream in the next minute because I have to make this call and I have to catch him. But before I do, I want to open the map real quick and I want to see what he means by South Texas. Okay, so we're talking South Texas. Why isn't my map sitting north? Where do you mean in South Texas? Tell me, give me some specifics. Sorry, I'm in Irving right now, but I'm looking to purchase. Kevin's in Irving, but looking to purchase. Yeah, here's my Instagram. I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to pin it for you. South Texas, we got Waco, Temple, Killeen, Austin, but where are you talking in South Texas specifically? Let me know. I ask you this because I'm interested. I want to see what your thoughts are, and I want to check out the area and see if there's opportunity to pick up 5, 10, 15, 20 acres. Why not? Guys, I got to take this call from the agent who just gave me a call, so thank you all so much for joining in on this live stream. Y'all are awesome. We have over 100 plus people on this live stream. We got 30 likes. I'd appreciate if all of you just took a second to hit that like button. It's at 30. Let's try to get it to 50. Just 20 of you guys to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Guys, please keep in mind I'm back in the country. I'm uploading 3 times a week, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. I go live like today at 12 p.m. CST. It's exciting to talk to you guys. I go live to share and to talk and to build that relationship with you all and to answer any questions that you guys have. I'm a real estate agent. I've been doing real estate for 6 years, going on to 7 years. I flipped over 50 houses when I began at the age of 18 years old. I have portfolios in commercial real estate and also residential real estate. I help clients sell and buy and lease properties. I lease over 500,000 square feet of commercial real estate. I also do residential for in-house deals. That's kind of my quick I would say, portfolio of who I am. I own real estate myself. I own rentals, I own triplexes, and I also own commercial real estate that I'm working on developing right now, which I'm going to share with you guys all on this YouTube channel. So if you guys enjoy this type of content, subscribe. Don't miss out on this stuff. And most importantly, guys, hit the like button. It's for free. Motivates me. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you all for watching. And for right now,